Yeah, well, a lot of us are still waiting out that wintry mix. You might be seeing some sleet pellets and you're wondering, when is the fluffy snow coming? It's mostly still the southern areas where you have that kind of pink that we're seeing, that mixture of some sleet, maybe some snowflakes, whereas up to the north and now in the metro, river parishes, North Shore, southern Mississippi, we're actually seeing snow. And the modeling is now really catching on to how cold these temperatures are. 23 right now in Amite, it's showing, so it's initializing correctly now. It was not cold enough earlier, but we're definitely seeing the cold temperatures catching on. As we go throughout the rest of the morning, we're going to see the snow spreading all the way down to the coast. So we will see snow in the southern coastal regions, and it's going to take a second for areas like Venice, which are farther down to the south. You'll see that wintry mix, maybe even some rain before you get any of the snowfall. Then we have to watch for those bands of snow coming onshore. The modeling is not going to do a great job of pinpointing where that will be, where you see those darker purples, because it's the waves of really heavy snowfall. And that's when you get the highest accumulations, when you have high snow rates, especially after our temperatures have already plummeted and our road temperatures are freezing. Things are going to start accumulating really quickly. Temperature-wise, we are in the 20s, like Zach mentioned, all the way through the afternoon. And places on the North Shore where you're seeing those mid-20s, that's why you need to drip the water as we go throughout the day, or wash your hands, things like that, especially into the evening, because we're going to continue to stay very cold. This is 2 in the afternoon. We are still seeing widespread snowfall. It gets all the way down to the mouth of the river. And things are starting to taper off up here to the north, places like Lafayette that started early. We're seeing that clear out by 5. It's a little bit drier up to the northwest, and it will clear out in that direction down to the southeast. So by 8, most of us are no longer seeing any of those snow flurries, but our temperatures are going to start to plummet after that. So that's what we're worried about into tomorrow. Looking at the snow potential with the modeling, how much more snow are we going to see? Keep in mind, Zach said we've already been seeing up to 2 inches in some areas from the modeling estimates. This is what we have to come. This kind of lighter pink, not the lightest pink, but the lighter pink, which is most of the area, is an additional 6 to 8 inches. So this is historic snowfall totals that we have not seen in a really long time. We could even see some swaths here. That is 8 to 10 inches of snowfall. Areas farther up to the north, the gradient is going to be very tight on who sees a lot of snow versus not very much snow, because of that Arctic air mass that's driving in the cold weather. That is really dry air. So we're only seeing the moisture down to the south that's being driven by a surface low, but we still could see a lot more to come. And that's because this is lasting all the way into the early evening. Looking at the wind gusts, we've talked about the potential to see blizzard-like conditions, and our criteria here is 35-mile-per-hour wind gusts for a long period of time, or sustained winds. Definitely seeing those winds gusting up to 35 miles per hour at some points through the evening. So if we see visibility fall less than a quarter mile, we definitely could see blizzard conditions in some areas, but we'll be near that for many of us. Here's our temperatures. If you have the kids outside, really want to emphasize that you need to be dressed properly for this weather, because this is dangerous cold. The snow can be fun, but if you are not ready for this, it can be really dangerous. So we're looking at temperatures in the low 30s and 20s, upper 20s, but our wind chill is going to be in the upper teens and low 20s. So that is dangerous cold weather, especially once we get to tomorrow morning, because our feels like temperatures will fall to single digits for areas inland and on the North Shore. Incredibly dangerous cold here. And then we're talking teens down to the south. So giving you the first alert for dangerous cold. I know everyone wants to talk about the snow. We're really excited about the snow, but you have to keep in mind that there are dangers with this weather. And I've also got questions about when will things melt. Looking at the morning lows, we don't get above freezing for a long time on Wednesday because we're starting off so cold. We're in the teens, we're in the low 20s, so we might get above freezing in some areas through the afternoon. We're forecasting that we will, but that's not going to be a lot of time for melting. And then Thursday morning, still teens, still 20s, still hard freeze. That means everything that melts is just going to refreeze. So we're going to continue to see travel impacts over the next couple of days. We'll have to closely watch that. Guys, back to you.
All right, Hannah.
Yeah, time to see if those shrimp boots work in the snow.
Yeah, do they have enough traction for the ice?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Or insulation. Or insulation.
Yeah.
Listen, we've needed this, Joy. That's for
Absolutely.
sure. We have needed this.
You're right about that. Well, we do want to get